On to the top 16, we move it along. Next up, Danielle Murphy and Frances O'Shea, Eddie. Our only female competitor in Danielle Murphy. She is the current Queen of Europe title holder, taking on from County Clare on the west coast of Ireland, Frances O'Shea in that 500 brake horsepower S15. Here we go, we are off the line, third gear pull.
Yeah, and it's Danielle Murphy going to lead in Frances O'Shea, and she's coming quite wide. She's going to flick the entry here. Just a little bit off clip 2, but a big gap that she has opened up here for Frances O'Shea. And Frances is going to have to make a big dive if he wants to reel Danielle back in. As Danielle a little bit off clip 3, and Frances almost seems to be content with being behind, but just taking the racing line all the way around. And both drivers over the line, guys. Make some noise for Danielle Murphy and Frances O'Shea.
Yeah, it just seemed like Danielle had the pace there. I mean, from my perspective, Frances just never, he sort of lost it from the start line there. He didn't have enough proximity. He kind of let Danielle go ahead and see what would happen. And maybe, I don't know, just wasn't trusting going so close on entry, and it bit him in the back, because obviously he was the same distance the whole way around the track. He had lost his proximity, and he's going to have work to do in the second half of this one.
I suppose he looking at the replay here as well, he did, just stay on the the qualifying line. Danielle a little bit shallow as she comes around the course. Frances very wide out to those clips and hitting them all as he comes around. But it'll be interesting just to see how the judges score that one.
Yeah, I mean, look, perfect for Frances. He didn't do anything particularly wrong, but at the same time didn't do anything particularly right in sense of a twin battle from if he was doing his own lap on his own. It was good from the sense that he didn't get any proximity to Danielle Murphy. Means that he has a disadvantage here. Now it's up to Danielle to try, and if she can get within a car length or two here, I can see her winning this one.
Yeah, absolutely. And she does look fast as well here. She looked very, very fast in practice and qualifying this morning, so who knows. But all to do, I suppose, it's still quite open in terms of the second half of the battle, but Frances O'Shea will have to put in a strong lead run.
So a reminder, we are live across the globe on IDC Livestream, www.irishdriftchampionship.com. Hit the live link. Now back on the line, Danielle and Frances ready to rock the second half of this one. Again, we mentioned Frances O'Shea is going to have to make a move here. He's going to have to put in a big lead run. Danielle Murphy needs that proximity. Here we go, Ed, as they come over the brow once again.
Yeah, and again, Danielle Murphy taking quite a central line on the lap, and she goes to flick in, but Frances O'Shea very wide and right onto clip 2. This is exactly what Frances O'Shea needed, but Danielle Murphy coming very, very close. And as you say, David, she has very good proximity, not what Frances had on the first run, but this is looking very good. She's very, very aggressive. And tries to make a big dive around the hole of the hedge, and just manages to avoid contact.
Yeah, she was aggressive there, definitely, for sure. And, I think our judges will look at it that way also. We will go back to our judges, who, of course, will make this decision. And we will go to our first judge, Kieran Hines.
My vote is with Danielle Murphy.
One vote for Danielle Murphy. Pete Nielsen.
My vote is with Danielle Murphy.
And Danielle Murphy goes through to the top 16. So we're going to go back to Kieran Hines. Kieran, Danielle Murphy doing enough to get herself into the top 16.
I suppose, the first run there was separation. I think Frances, obviously he was unsure about Danielle's speed on the entry, so he allowed a bit of a gap, which he never pulled back. She was a lot quicker than he thought. She did make a couple of mistakes going into the in clip 4 and 5, but she held a slight advantage out the first run. But in the second run there, you saw that she was much closer, no mistakes, stayed on them right to the very end. So, yeah, easy win for her afterwards.
So Danielle Murphy moves through top 16. Next up, we have